If anyone would like to grab any music to play in the background, I won't be playing any. So you're welcome to play some. You'll all be muted. No one will hear you. You're welcome to leave your videos on, encouraged, in fact, so that when we look up at each other, we realize we really are this one beautiful yoga community and we're not alone, even though it's all virtual these days, hopefully soon changing. With that being said, is everyone ready to get started? I'm so happy to see you. So without further ado, let's head back to our mats and get super cozy for our beginning breaths and our beginning movements. You are welcome to sit any way that it feels really good for you. So I really love to just sit in a simple cross-legged. If you're bendy in your hips and your knees, and you can sit in like a modified half lotus. If you like bound angle, soft bound angle, more like a diamond, anything goes. And if you chose to sit like me with just a cross-legged position, however you habitually land, try to switch that so it feels a little foreign and a little new. And then gently rock side to side so your flesh is out from under your sits bones. Hands are resting softly on the knees or on the floor, palms down. If you feel like you need to ground and release. Palms up if you're feeling a little sluggish and you need a little bit of energy, so we can receive good energy like this. And to begin our practice today, move a bit so you feel comfy for 3 breaths. So any little shimmies you need to get out, go ahead and take those now. And then settle down, chin just about parallel to the floor, neck is long, lift through the crown of your head, and take a big, beautiful breath in and out. No rhyme or reason to it, just breathe. Three collective breaths, in through your nose and out through your mouth. It may sound like a beautiful sigh. Exhaling fully. Blink your eyes closed if it feels comfy. Breathing in just a bit slower this time if you can. Breathe out with an open mouth. One more round like that. Getting rid of any stale, stagnant energy from our morning. Re-energizing and refocusing. And on the exhalation, a big sigh of relief. Feel it sift down, tension out of your shoulders and into the floor in your mat. From here, palms or fingertips come to your sides. Come forward straight with a long back and a lifted chest. Tuck your chin once you're folded and roll up to seated. So from the side, it looks like this. A flat back down and a little bit of a curvature in your back to rise. I know that's hard to accomplish, but it should feel long. And then really massage you up through the spine here as we rise. Now, if your ankle bones or the sides of your feet are bothering you, feel free to pad yourself up with blankets and pillows, any accessories you need all through class. One more spinal undulation. And from here, let's begin some Sufi grinds, some rolls. From Kundalini Yoga, we took that term. Some rolls through your belly. Make a big circle with your torso. Whatever your hands want to do. When I get over to the side, my other hand kind of floats up in space. And if you're feeling a little cranky in your low back, you can certainly make these small. If your neck feels ready to move, drop ear towards shoulder on the side, chin towards chest in the middle, ear towards opposite shoulder on that side. Feeling free to close your eyes and immerse yourself in your breath. Go as low as it feels good, as long as your sits bones are still connected into the earth. We're going to envision them like roots spreading to maintain a good grounding, building our foundation already. One more cycle of breath. Then we have to get our arms moving, so this is the fun part. Come into the center, left arm rises up, all the way over to the right side. Stay as long as you like, and when you're ready, sweep your arm forward and down. Left arm does the same. Reach, tip left, right arm does the same. Tip left, sweep around the corner, left arm rises. Inhale, tip as much as you can, exhale. Right arm, breathe in, really fill up, and then let it all go. Now, if it feels too much in your back, just take the arm circles without any more of those big body circles. Waking up our shoulders here. 2 more big cycles of breath. Feel free to open back, my friends. Really open here if you're lifting. Open your chest and shoulder blades. Swing on around. Twice more. Last cycle of breath. Those are so nice, aren't they? Inhale. Exhale. Well done, my friends. Let's come to tabletop. As we transition through our postures today, try to make it as smooth as you possibly can. And then every time you move, swing and sway a little bit. See what feels good, what doesn't, where we need extra breath and energy. Eventually landing in tabletop with hands or fists under shoulders, knees under hips, and toes tucked or untucked, however you like them. Your wrists are super sensitive. Come on down to your forearms. We're going to begin a little cat-cow. So take a big breath out, fully blowing out all your air. Breath in as you lower belly to floor, top of head and tail towards sky. Really press out through your palms here. Exhale, rounding, tailbone and top of head down. Angry cat back is up. Breathe in. Super nice to move up and down like this, really fluidly undulating the spine again. But if you have any urges to move to one side or the other, like a puppy dog wag, please do. Exhale. Inhale. We can pause and move around through our neck if we want to drop our ears, drop our chins. It's so fun to explore movements. If you think it, you should do it. I like to follow the lead of my body, so I'm here as your guide today. But we're going to listen to our bodies and make any adjustments or take any suggestions it gives us. Last big round of breath. Are you able to hover your shins? Lift your knees and your shins and try to take your last round of cat-cow, really hard, right? With hovering shins. Wherever you are, hold, whether knees are down or you're hovering, breathe for 2 breaths. If you're not hovering yet, try, just try. You really feel your front of thighs, your quads light up, your belly tighten. Last breath in, last breath out. Lift your hips to downward facing dog. Walk out a little bit of a longer stance here. And do all of the movements that might feel great. A little foot stomp, a little push and pull through your heels. Roll forward into plank, roll back into down dog. Roll forward into plank again, back into down dog, just warming up our shoulders. Last one. And let's get some heel pumps on when you're back in down dog. Lift your heels and then push down. Lift and push down. But let's get a bit more of a rapid pace going so we can really warm up our calves. Feeling a little bit of warmth light up down there. We're just going to go for 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Find down dog again and let your heels melt. Really stretch out your calves. Widen up your feet a tiny bit. Step out one then the other. And sweep your right arm. Hover it above the floor or sweep it behind you. Reach right back to where you were. Downward facing dog, both hands down. Left fingers, just hover them or sweep them back so we can find a 3-limbed plank. Back into dog. Right fingertips hover. Sweep back. Last one here. Left fingertips lift and then lengthen. Really sweep back. Great. Bring your hands back down, toes tucked back into your normal dog, whatever feels good. Give a little wiggle if you need it. Your right leg lifts, maybe just an inch off the ground, to hip height and long, or all the way up if you prefer the open hip version of 3-legged dog. When you're there, heel pulses again. This time up we go. As we're rising through this pulse, press long through right heel and see if you can lift your left heel. Ooh, make it really big, a really beautiful stretch. 3, 2, and 1. Left heel sinks, right toes melt down. If you need a break, take kneeling and shake out your palms. Last set here. Left leg, just cover your toes. Lift to hip height. And then push all the way up and open your hip. Just make your 3-legged dog feel great. When you're ready, left heel pulse up. Think about pressing long, top of head through tail, left fingers through left heel, couldn't be longer. Lift your right heel if you want to make it a little bigger. 4 more, yogis. 3, 2, and 1. Kneeling here. Let's take a break. Great job. Feeling all the feels in our hands and our wrists. Take your hands and roll them. Roll them one way, and then try to get them going the other way. All right, take your hands, clasp them, and do a little figure 8 action. A little sensitive in our wrists and our hands after all that work, so a super gentle shake. And then when you're ready, hands rest down. Trying to get a hold of our heels back here. That's really hard to do, so it's okay if you put some books, blocks, or pillows behind you to build your floor up. Use your fingertips or your fists. Whatever you have a hold of, we're gonna lift our hips. So we're pressing either off of our heels, if we can get them, off of our tented fingers, our fists, or our props. Lift your hips, hopefully feeling sensation from kneecap through the front of your thigh, pelvis, belly, chest. Pull your shoulder blades apart. That's it. Pull your chest and shoulders open. One more breath. And then release, hips back down to heels. Take fingertips a little closer, definitely not on heels this time, on props or the floor, and see if you can just lift your knees. When we do this, we get a beautiful stretch on the front of our ankles. Lift your chest again if it feels good. If it doesn't, come back to where you were with hips being lifted. One more big breath in. All right, I think we're warmed up enough to get moving. What do you think? Come on back, let your knees fall softly. Remember, smooth transitions. Climb back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, your ankles may be sensitive, so let's crouch for a second. Just kind of rock back. And in your crouch, swing side to side a little bit. Maybe shift forward and back. Make sure your ankles are ready to hold you up. And then when you're ready, walk hands back towards toes. And rise all the way up to extended mountain pose. Inhale, lift arms up. Beautiful. With arms lifted overhead, lift your right knee up high. Lift a little higher. Use the inner thigh to lift. So we're really squeezing up through the core. And then land your right leg as you fall in forward fold. Any way to fold. Pillow or blanket under belly, with or without any accessories to build the floor up. Sun salutations, guys. Halfway lift, fingertips dangle from floor, or softly resting on shins. Release to the floor. Right leg lunges straight back. And as you lunge back, land your knee and see if we can climb up the front thigh. Lift chest, but then spread your wingspan behind you, really peeling your chest open again. Lift up through your heart. Exhale, fold over the front leg and shift your hips back for half split. Now let's try to really lift our chest here again, always finding openness and length. Play around with how your toes are flexed on the front. If they're pointing in or pointing out, it may feel a little less intense, so really pull them straight back to hips. Shift weight back, forward, find child's pose. Any way you can get your leg back. Take a rest in extended arm child's pose. Try tenting your fingertips. Really tent them here. Should feel pretty active in your armpits, your underarms. Head bows down to surrender to this stretch. Come back forward just a tad to tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find your dog. Downward facing dog. Roll forward, yogis, when you're ready. Inhale. Feel free to use your knees all the time if you need to. Anytime today. Tops of feet on top. Chest comes through window of elbows. We slowly lower to the floor. Hands hover somewhere. Under shoulders are out a little wider if you're tight in your shoulders. And start to lift from the back of your neck. Tuck chin, lengthen back of neck. Lift again, toes, knees, and thighs lift. Breathe here. I know it's warm on the back. Really warming up. Squeezing through muscles, strengthening as we breathe. Last breath in. Everything lowers back down. Child's pose. Great job, guys. Tuck your toes for downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Walk out. Swing and sway. Do anything you need. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Look forward and land outside your right pinky finger. Take a giant step outside your pinky for wide lunge. Again, come to fingertips if you can. But I want you to squeeze your fingertips together so the heel of your hand gets hollow. We strengthen our wrist and we give ourselves lots of room. It's okay if it doesn't feel good. Use fists or stay on palms. Left foot steps outside left pinky finger. So we're in a squat, a low squat, or if it feels great, a yogi squat. You can also put a pillow or a block right under your buns and take a little break in a squat. Pressing elbows. If we're in yogi squat, even if we're in our power squat, use your arms to open a little bit. Top of head folds, hips rise, and we lift our bodies all the way back up to standing into extended mountain pose. Stay wide in your legs. Lift arms up, open them into a V, and encourage your heart to open to the sky. Hands come back down through heart center, step or hop your feet in together. Inhale, arms lift again. Exhale, bring them a different way, forward and down. Maybe come to knee, reach, reach, reach. Release. Rise all the way back up, inhale. This time your left knee lifts and really flex your foot. If I flex my foot and I feel like I'm lifting from the inner thigh, I'm using more core. Squeeze up for last breath. Let it land softly, like a whisper, and float over into fold. Halfway lift, top of head lengthens from your sits bones. Release back to the earth, forward fold. Left leg lunges back. Let's kneel this first set on this side, okay? Let your top of shin, let the foot, everything rest, all 5 toes chilling. Hands come to right thigh, lift up, and then really open up. Spread your wingspan back. Think about making as much width across your chest as possible. Maybe opening throat, lifting hard again. Half split, frame out, front foot, shift your hips. Now you don't have to lift your toes, but if you do, play with pointing them in, out, inverting or everting, shifting your hips. See how the sensation changes on the right under thigh, hamstring area. Shift back forward, child's pose. All right, once you get there, give it a big stretch. Let's go those suction cup fingers again to get really energized under our arms. Let our heads bow and surrender a bit. Shift back forward a tad, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts a little bit or a whole lot. Look forward right outside the left pinky finger. How can you get there? Do you want to work your knee around? That feels good, right? If you get stuck, no worries, just help it through. And then when you get ready, tense your fingertips, come to me, can always kneel. Right leg steps outside of pinky finger, your squat. Any option. Too low on the hips for yogi squat, stay right here. Arms can be anywhere. I like yogi squat, so I'm gonna head down there. All right, feels good, just stay for a sec. Pull in through your pelvic floor, up and in, like you're hammocking all of your organs up. Forward fold with these wide legs. Arms rise high to the sky whenever you're ready. We're gonna stay wide for just a second longer. Inhale, lift overhead, open back. Only if it feels good. You wanna lift up first and then just cascade backwards. Let the arms come back down through the midline of body if it feels good. Hop your feet in. Inhale, arms rise, right knee rises. Let's take a little balancing posture before we continue. Flex right foot and cross it over your left thigh if possible. If not, no worries. Pass it right by the left pinky toe, kind of over the shin, and then both feet are down, we have a firm grounding. Otherwise, seated figure 4. Sit on down. Yeah, like we're sitting in a comfy chair. We're just crossing our legs. It's Friday. It's almost 5 o'clock somewhere. Just envision yourself there. If you want more, fingertips sweep behind you just like we did in our lunge, but really flare back like you could shoot fingertip fireworks. Open your heart right here. Opens wide. Yes. Heart comes to me. Hips go back. The more we bend forward, we push our right knee down, even if our little toes are tapped on the floor. Sink low. Unclench your jaw, unclench your left toes. One more big lift. Knee rises, bring it up with you. Right knee lifts. Exhale, release to the earth, or step straight back into lunge. If you release to the earth, forward fold, then step back. Everybody find lunge. This time it does not have to be low. We can experience a high lunge. If that feels great, take it. From here, you're either tapping knee down and rising to sky, or if you are still in kneeling lunge, that's great, then just lift a little and tap back down. We only have 4 yogis, so we're really gonna awaken our thighs. Arms anywhere it feels accessible, tons of options. Let's begin. Drop the knee or raise, pull back up. Breathing for each one. Let your breath be your guide. Moving only as fast or as slow as each breath does. Beautiful. Top arm falls around your front leg. Shift your hips back. We're in wide pyramid if we were in high lunge. If you were in kneeling lunge, take another half split. Just gonna try to focus on my front hamstring here. So breathe. Play with your hips, swivel them to the left and the right, see where that midline is. Squeeze together, and then uplift your chest. Downward facing dog when you're ready. If we'd like to come into table, child, and then down dog, please do. Come forward when you are. Right from down dog to plank. Knees or no knees, yogis, you choose. We're coming down for chaturanga. Stop just for a second at your elbows to be super strong. Head to the floor. Tops of feet and shins come flat. Fingertips go wide this time, wide out. For undulating cobras, just like we started with our spines. Tuck your chin, roll up, lifting from the back body and the neck. Lift your throat and then release back down. Now get kind of light on your fingertips. I'm not trying to force myself up into anything that's unnatural in my back here. I'm using my spinal fluidity and the strength in my back body to lift and lower. So even if yours is just a little lift and a little lower, try to find that ripple effect. Ripple up and then ripple down, articulating your vertebrae. One more round. Inhale up, exhale down. Awesome. Hands come under shoulders. Press back, child, or straight to downward facing dog. When you get to dog, give it a walk around or two. Give it a little shimmy or a tail shake. Right leg rises high. Big breath in. Push long, but this time yawn your hip open. Bend right knee. Heel to butt. And then yawn your heel towards your left shoulder. Stay right in your dog formation in your chest, or feel free to open eyes out under right armpit. Tent your fingertips on the right hand. That'll make it really easy and spacious. Looking back forward, three-legged dog, land in between the thumbs this time. Here we are, guys. We're back in lunge. All right, from this lunge, do you want a high lunge? Do you want a low lunge? Whatever works. Inhale here. Do you remember our knee taps? They were a little scary, so take your time. Make it minimal if it's too tough. We can come from the floor up or from the top down. If you're lunging with me, try to tap to the floor, so soft. Rise back up. Any arms will work, guys. Overhead long is very intense. Float with your breath. I like an exhalation as you push back to rise. That means inhalation as you lower. Oh, it feels so much better. Exhalation, rise. We get the best part. Frame out front foot and then shift your hips back. Wide pyramid or kneeling lungers or coming into half splits. Take a second to play with your hip placement and then bring your heart forward to me. Fingertips get tired here, right? That's why instead of splaying them out, we're gonna try to suction them together. It feels much lighter on the upper body that way too. Much stronger in the wrists. Back leg steps in. Give it a little boost and then step in. Sink your buns down. Sweep fingertips behind you. Fingertip firework. Shoot them back there. Chest rises up. We stay with low hips. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Here we are in chair. We're gonna come back in a second, don't worry. Inhale, lift. Left knee. Flexing really strong through the left foot here. Remember our figure 4 chair? So we're either gonna cross over the right thigh, cross over the right ankle, and my little left toes can be right on the floor. So I just feel very safe here. Sink down when you're ready. So if anybody has anything going on in their glutes, their outer hips, this will be a big stretch. If it's too intense, come out or lessen the arms. If it's not enough, send the arms behind you. Here we go again, really opening our chest. Easing heart forward, and body may come parallel to the floor. Whew. Sinking deep in the right leg. So it feels great on the left outer thigh. Breathe into it. Inhale, rise right back up, and then try, you're welcome to land in forward fold, and then step left leg back, but if possible, can you shift all the way back right here into lunge? Step back into lunge. That was a long travel, wasn't it? Hold your lunge, just a regular lunge on this side. My friends, if you're in kneeling lunge still and you want to stay there, that's fine. You're gonna shift forward and you don't have to lift your back leg. If back knee is elevated, shift into warrior three. Fingertips can come behind or to chest to begin. Shift your weight into your right foot, lift your left leg. So I have a wall in my way, but I could, if I had room, stretch my arms out. Otherwise, I can send them like airplane wings. Behind me, under me on props for support, or at my heart. One more big breath in. Land back in lunge, lift your chest, beautiful. Frame out front foot, ooh, big one. Downward facing dog, you know you can pass through child's or table anytime. Give all the shimmies and shakes you need. Rock forward into plank, but this time go an extra inch if you can, so your shoulders come in front of your wrists. Lower down, slow, 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 hover, if possible, elbows to the floor we go. You have options, baby cobra, undulating cobra, or up dog. Hands under shoulders, big toes, pull them in towards one another, light up the tops of your feet in all 10 toes, and boost up, straight arms, knees and thighs lift. Welcome to look at the sky, or if you like, a little soft. Roll around, eyes to floor. Right back to dog, pause anywhere in between. Oh, left leg rises, take a big old breath. Inhale, push it out long. Bend your knee heel to butt, and then take your right heel towards your right shoulder. Think of this as a yawn. Just go, and sigh your leg open. A hip yawn. If you like it and you want a little more, left fingertips come to a little tent, and we look out under the left armpit. Regular three-legged dog, ease everything back. Look a little forward so we can find where we're gonna land. Crunch left knee under, land in between your thumbs. And from here we lunge. All right, guys. What lunge are you gonna choose? So we have a high lunge, we have a low lunge. If we're not liking warrior three today, shift forward so we're using strength in this front leg. Shift forward and hold strong. Otherwise, shift forward and let's take flight. Press through left leg, lift your right. Options. I like to start with the easier arms because then I can figure out my hips, can get the top of my head through my right heel long. And then if you have room, you can sweep arms overhead for the very tough option. Goalpost arms, tap shoulders, prayer at heart, whatever you're doing, feel open like an up dog in your chest. One more breath. Come on back to tap your lunge. Inhale, arms rise. Frame out your front foot and back leg steps on in. Ooh, see if you can give it a float, a little lift, and a little release. Sink down. Just relax in forward fold. Can you fully let your head and neck go? Can you shake your head no? Can you shake your head? Can you shake your head no? Maybe we're shaking our head, heck no, like I just said. Heck no, we don't need any tension in our lives. And yes to yoga, shake your head, yes. Yes to breath, yes to movement. Very slowly, let's climb up our bodies. Rising high, woo. Rising on up to extended mountain pose. There's never a rush here. Inhale, lift. Okay, let's add on again, one more round. Exhale, forward fold. Any way that feels good. If you just want to kind of crumble forward and down, that's so nice. Halfway lift, top of head long from tail, shoulders long from hips. Release. Right leg takes a big lunge back. And as we lunge this time, let's spiral the blade edge down for warrior two. Windmill arms all the way up. Left knee is bent. If you would prefer kneeling today, you can come from kneeling lunge, spin your right ankle behind your right knee, and then lift up this way. Stay right here. It sounds great, right? Super relaxing yoga flow. When we find our warrior, we're just going to take some tribal arms. Make some fists. Make a giant circle with your left arm coming up, and then meet your forearms together in the center. Left arm rises again, right arm lifts. Meet your forearms in the center. These beautiful circles. We could think about our chakras here, spinning little energy centers along our spine. You could think about a flaming ball of sunshine. That's my favorite. How about a big snow cone? Whatever ball you want to make, just envision something beautiful, free, happy, and fun. Back into warrior two now that the shoulders feel a little bit better. Clasping your hands behind your low back, right thumb on top. And as we push knuckles towards floor, we're going to chase down and elevate just a tiny bit. If it feels great, elevate a bunch. Peeling chest open here, staying low, wiggly in left toes, soft in right knee, happy in your facial muscles. One more breath in. Okay, yogis, a tough one. Feel free to stay here in arms extended warrior two, or take your fingertips, your left fingertips, behind your left ribs, and come on inside your knee for a little chicken wing here. So you take your chicken wing in, and it's a big shoulder stretch. It's okay if you can't make it. Fingertips behind the ribs, and just kind of act like you're gonna go there. Back arm can do whatever. If you have your fingers wrapped behind your ribs, and you have your chicken wing in, reach up through your right arm. Not necessary, it's a big lift. Breathe wherever you are. One more big breath in. Beautiful. Top arm falls just a little. Undo your chicken wing if it was there. Re-stretch out. Don't expect a lot from your left arm. It's tired and vulnerable. Just give it a few spins or a little shimmy. Windmill down with an optional vinyasa to follow. Turn your back toes in, downward facing dog. Roll forward. You're welcome to stay in down dog or kneel, child's pose or table. Take a break. Otherwise, flow with me. From your plank to chaturanga, to any back bend that we practiced or any one that you know and love. Back to dog. Stop somewhere else along the way if it feels good. Right leg rises. And this time try to arc your right knee all the way up and around to land outside your right pinky finger. So it was this big semicircle shape. Right outside right pinky finger. Back in wide lunge. Open your chest. Step left foot up to meet. We are in our squats, but not for long this time. We're just gonna rise. Inhale, lift. Hop your feet together. Step them together. Toe heel in. Do a little moonwalk together, whatever feels good. Exhale, forward fold. Once you get to forward, halfway lift, inhale. Back into our exhalation, deep forward fold. Left leg steps back. Let's sink low, 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 low. Right down through the hips. Windmill arms up for warrior two. If you're in kneeling lunge, remember how to get there? From kneeling lunge, left toes and ankles spin behind the knee, and I still windmill my arms. Here I am. All right, guys. Cool. So we're going to stay for a bit, but we have different arms this time. Open palms to face me, and we're just going to seal clap. So we're going to come over towards the right side, and then open. Over towards the left side. I can't tap on that side. If you can't tap on either side, no worries. Just a little open and a little close. Think about chest opening. Think about back opening. Shoulder blade peeling away from spine. Inhale. Exhale. Soft and light on the upper half. Strong, grounded, and foundational on the lower half. Effort versus ease. Last one each way. I know you can. Sink a little lower in your right leg. Last one here. Open your arms all the way to the sky. Let them release back down to heart center or out here. Now feel free to stay right here where you are, okay? Otherwise, right fingertips come right behind your right ribs. I know this is hard. Your chicken wing needs to come inside your right knee. So if we can't get down and do that, it's just really tighten your shoulder. It might be your first time trying this. Don't worry about it. Don't do it at all, or just come a little bit of the way. If you get down and your left arm desires a rise, cross, eyes up towards sky, reach, expansively breathe. Wherever you are is exactly where you should be. One more big breath in. On the exhalation, rise. Look down if your eyes are up. I always feel like my neck struggles if I try to keep it up. Send the arms out and just give your right hand a little open, a little closed. Give it a shake if you have a chicken wing. Windmill arms all the way down and around. Turn back toes in. Let's flow our final time, yogis. Option, want to take a little fingertip grip? If you can suction cup here, so nice for down dog. Very hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but it feels good if you can get it. Shift into plank, nice there. Palms come flat before we do our chaturanga. All the way down. Hover halfway if you can still breathe. To the floor we go. Any back bend that feels good this time. Hold strong, still breathing in. On the exhalation, release. Press back, downward facing dog, or any stop along the way. Left leg lifts, breathe in. And then we're gonna take that huge arc all the way around to the outside of our left pinky finger. So I like to bend my knee, and then I take it out. Big, big, big. Draw a giant half circle. Land left toes right outside there. Once you've arrived, pull your chest through. Best part, just take a sec. Yogi squat, power squat, whatever squat works. Fully down squat on a prop. So nice. Forward fold. Lift to the sky. Might be tired, so it might be time for a step instead of a hop. Inhale, lift. We're done with the tough standing stuff. Congrats, yogis. Arms float down to fold our last time. So if you need a little lift here, a little something here, go ahead and take it. Come on down to forward fold. Slowly making your way to seated. You're welcome just to bend your knees and plop on down. If you want to make it a little more challenging, we can bend our knees to try to sit on our heels. Heels may rise. Coming into tiptoe stand, I love this one. We can lift our arms or not. Lift our arms anywhere. Really, really hard if they come overhead. Then you're going to try to sit, so we need to make space for our chest. Open your knees. Bring your chest and arms forward. And if you've already made it to the floor, we'll meet you there. Coming on down with our buns. Slowly, slowly landing. Great job, guys. All right, we just need to get situated now. Move your hips back a little bit and clear any flesh that landed under your sits bones. Both legs extend out straight for staff pose. And then once you've fixed yourself up really comfy, take a big breath in overhead. Find all the length. And then release back down. Now here, instead of trying to jam your feet forward, I want you to think about lifting your sits bone and pulling it back away from your right toes. Lift your left sits bone, pull it away. Ooh, did you feel a little more length there? Nice, right? Take a hold of your right knee, draw it in, give it a really big hug. So good. If you'd like to, stay here. We're just taking an open twist, or cross it over your left leg, and then twist away, lift up. Twist your body away from your thigh, twisting to the left side. Let's maintain some activity and really excited, energetic toes on the left foot. Twists are difficult to breathe through. When everything gets really twisted and tight, try to lift. Find ease and softness in your breath. Let go of any tension in your mind, preventing you from filling up. Nice on the right shoulder blade too, and you use that as a lever, right? Come undone here. Right back to where we started, right foot flat, knee in front of chest. Arms rise, and we're attempting to fold forward over the left leg. So we're gonna lift, and I might wanna hold on to the sides of my mat and pull. I might take a rope, a sweatshirt or something around that foot and pull. Or I may just be happy here, gently folding forward. Slowing down to let all the joy and happiness, all the passion in your yoga practice catch up with you. All the beautiful benefits of our breath and our movements catch up with you. One more big breath in. Rise back up with your chest. Allow your right knee to fall to the side now. Oh, this is gonna be so nice. Let your hip open here, let your groin and your pelvis and your inner thigh. And then come forward again, but this time, can you do it like a rolling, lazy cat? Reach. Reach a little more. Reach a little more. And then when you've reached as far as you can, you just go and land. Love to have pillows and blankets under my belly here and just feel like I'm snuggling in for the night. So if you like props, grab some. Stay as long as you'd like in any of these postures that feel really recuperating and beautiful. If you're ready to move on with me, hands under shoulders to rise. Fingertips are coming back behind us, or your fists. If you use fingertips, I like them to face your toes. And then we're gonna rise up with this right knee, plant that foot strong, and try to boost out of it. Fingertips come back. We're gonna rise. Whenever I rise, I always feel like I need to take my hands back a little more. My shoulders should feel really happy. Hands, wrists under shoulders. And as you rise, drive through your right foot. If the left leg out is too hard, just bring it in. Boost up this way. It should feel great, guys. Feel free to open your chest, pull shoulders away from hips, drop head back if it feels nice for you. Tuck chin back to chest and slowly lower your hips to the ground. Back into staff pose. Take the backs of your hands down to the floor to do a little counter stretch for our wrists. But really flare open your fingers and your thumb. Sit up tall. Remember earlier how we talked about lifting sits bone, pulling it back? Did you see that length? Lift sits bone, pull it back. It's so much easier to lengthen that way than push out, right? So find staff, unflip your palm, lift your chest. Take a big hug through your left knee. Bring it on in. And just use it to sit up really tall. Feels so good. Now we can twist away here, or take your left foot and cross it over your right thigh, and then twist away. Lift and twist. Recognizing that breaths will become a little bit more difficult. Try to find lots of space. Crown of head rising high to sky. And then swiveling. Just let the breath guide you into your twist. One more big push. If you're using your left elbow, you may notice a beautiful stretch along your left wing, your left shoulder blade. Undo that. Let's come out of this little twist if you crossed your foot over. And then we're gonna try to sneak inside this right leg here. So come on up, come on along your right leg. If your left cheek rises, that's okay. If you need a little something to hold you up, look at me, I don't go very far. So we don't have to expect a lot. I wanna feel a stretch, I wanna feel some sensation. Notice where, and then breathe into it. Find the effort, and then allow yourself the ease. Let go on your facial features. Your fingertips don't have to be stressed. Your left toes, a little energy in your right toes is good. One more big breath in. Exhale guides us up to seated. Now take it slowly, but allow your left leg to fall out. Oh, it's gonna be so much easier now. It's gonna take a second for your inner left thigh to feel okay. Move around if you need to. When you're ready, this time like a lazy cat, stretch your arms up. Exhale forward, and then try to come into it with a little sway. Like you got swagger, you're the big cat on the block. Reach it out. Come lifted in your chest as far as you can. There's no rule, but you want to lift, and when you get to your max, then you can come and just release. Allow your whole head to hang here. Give your body the cue that it's time to surrender. As soon as we drop our chin like that, just sends our body into such a chill state. Last breath in here. On your exhalation, yogis, use your hands, prop yourself back up, give your body the support it deserves. Then we're gonna guide. It's hard to lift this leg back up. Guide your left leg in. When we get ready, we're taking our fingertips, or we could use our fists, back to lift us into this modified reverse plank. So I can come with my left foot. I like to use my left foot to really jam down, and then I'll activate my right toes with a soft knee when I get up there. If it feels bothersome for your right leg at all, rebend that leg. Just bring it up to whole reverse tabletop. Find what works best. Peel shoulders open. Lift your chin. Pull the top of your head away. And then ease on down. We still get to stay seated. Some good stuff for us. Let's come back to our staff pose, legs outstretched. Remember how we move back, right? Lift your right hip, your right cheek, and pull it back. Lift your left sits bone, pull it back. All right. Bring your right knee in, give it a hug. Left leg staying straight is going to make this harder, so we can fix that in a minute. If you can, you're going to straighten this right leg. Holding thigh, holding calf, peace fingers, your first two, around the big toe. As you pull on your toe, kick your little toe back in and extend, or you can hold any side or both sides of your foot. Okay, so if it's too hard with the leg straight, I want to bend my knee. How will I know if it's too hard? Well, if I sit like this and my back is here, then I know it's too hard, right? I need to give myself a little boost. Alternatively, if you're holding with your right hand, your left hand can be your little booster too. So once you get it, lift up long. It's okay if we're not lifted high and it's really hard. If you have tight back of legs, hamstrings, that's how we are. Use your quad strength to lift up. Just be thankful for your beautiful bodies right here, right now, in this very moment. Let's take a little travel around the corner. I'm going to take my right hand and put it inside my right foot and then travel out to the corner. Now, left hand either comes out to counterbalance or to the floor. And for this part, I do bend my left leg because I need a little boost up. Coming out to the side, just starting to feel stretched, not only on the back, but on the inner thigh. It's really hard to hold on to your foot, right? So stay soft in your joints. If we need to bend, we bend. If you want to switch your grip, we do. Coming down to the left forearm. So we're going to lift our right cheek and then slowly make our way down, taking care to plant the left elbow under left shoulder. Listen to your shoulder. Feel okay? All right, then I switch my grip again and I start to use my bicep muscle to really pull in, grab somewhere, and then really pull in. Now left side, stay active. So I don't want to be here, like I'm barely hanging on. I want to be lifted. Okay, feels good that way, yes? Long in your spine, top of head long, neck long. Play with your toes, flex, point, scrunch open. It changes things, right? Invert, check it all out. One more big breath in. As we land, we're going to come right back to where we were, which is really hard to do. I like to look down, just so you don't leave your neck behind. Rise up and then come right back down with your right leg. Might take a second here to kind of widen up our base, move our sits bones back. But I want to be in like this tree pose, seated. Cool? Right leg out? Okay, let's come inside the right leg and get a little upper body twisting. Send the arm out, or if you can get low, you're going to use your right elbow. And we're just going to sweep left arm out or up. Now feel openness, my friends. So really peel your left shoulder back behind you. Reach skywards or cross over your body. Expansively open in whatever feels good. Arm overhead too much? Check me out. Just doing a little fingertip to temple thing. I don't need my arm at all. I can kind of leave it down. Last breath in. A different hip lift on this one. Rise back up, look down so we don't leave our necks behind. This time, see if you can point your right toes. So this is called a spiral lift. Left hand goes behind, fingertips face out. And we start to lift our hips. I always like to send the body up first and then the arm. Now, if it didn't feel so great, you're like, I need a repeat on that. Try again. A lot of times I'll come in, out, and try to find the best version. Try to come up to the ball of your right foot or the pad of your big toe, okay? Lift up. If it feels too much with your leg extended, you're welcome to bend your right knee and come into it with both knees bent. Last breath in spiral lift. And wherever you are, ease back down. Just let your legs do their own thing. Lean back with your fingers, uncurl your legs, roll around, give it a little windshield wipe, a little shimmy, and then come back to staff pose. All right, going for the left leg. So remember, the right leg out is really hard to lift this leg, right? I might feel like I'm rocking back and I'm trying to lift, so I'm rocking back and doing this, right? My low back is really getting out of whack. So I might want to bend here, right leg. Might want to put my right hand down, and then I hold it any way that it feels great for me. Some of us need two hands to lift the leg. That's okay, but we really want to sit forward. If it's physically impossible to sit forward, boost yourself up with a little rolled blanket, a little rolled mat, whatever you can. Relaxing shoulders if possible, just so we're not sitting here like this, like, I'm hanging on for dear life. Try to relax there. Opening your leg to the side. Left hand might want to come on in. Sweeps out. Now this is really hard, right? So if I feel like I hunkered, then I can bend my right knee. I never have to stick with any option I chose. I like to see them all. Try them all out. They're different every day. Wherever you want your right hand, kind of do a little teeter-totter here. Feeling it, breathe into it. Right forearm comes down, lift your left cheek and see if you can so subtly fall over here, really paying attention to your right shoulder. Elbows under it, it feels okay. And then look, I get all funky, so I try to switch my hand. Did y'all bend your right knee? That feels nice usually. Switch your hand so you're not hanging on for dear life again. And then put lots of energy into your right side. Okay, play around with the toes, flex, point, do all the things that feel great. My friends, if you have to leave class today at 1:55 p.m., it's going to be your last posture coming up. One more big breath in. It's going to be tough to get out of here. We're going to breathe together. Exhale, eyes down. Reverse where you were. From here, we spiral left. Remember how we did that? Right hand back. Soften the elbow. Left arm may sweep up, or you can lift your body. Check in with your hips. Plant ball of left foot or pad of big toe. Rise left arm up. Release down if it didn't feel wonderful. Sweep back up. Take as many as you need. And when you do feel great, stay. Or bend your left knee. If it felt like it was too much, you can come down, bend both knees, and then rise. Send a message to your hips that you love them. You're giving them all the TLC they need. Great, great, great job. For those of you that have to leave at 1:55, we're settling our hips down and we're bidding you farewell. If you can stay with me, we have one more posture for today. It was a little bit of a build-up. We're going to take our legs back out to staff. But let's take a second in staff. So we have our legs out. Remember how we get long. Instead of pushing out, we're going to lift our hip and pull back like that, right? It feels so good. Lift your right hip, pull back. Now I feel length, and I'm able to fold more. When my hips are forward, I can't really fold, but if I get my hips back, then I have opportunities to fold. So lift, extend, come all the way forward. It's very hard if you have tight hamstrings like me. So it may not exactly feel like a walk in the park, but it's a really wonderful back body lengthener. So let's stay here and breathe for a moment. Once again, if it's just feeling terrible, put a rolled something, blanket, mat under your knees to protect from hyperextending. Build up your buns a little bit. You can put a pillow under your belly, any way that feels really good. Last big breath in here. And our final position, we did reverse tabletop halfway earlier, reverse plank halfway. So we're gonna attempt to go full reverse plank, pointing our toes. Fingertips again facing toes, if that feels good. We're slowly gonna draw everything into the midline, soft knees, but press down through your heels and see if you can bring big toes flat. Lift up through the back body, let your head hang if it feels good. If this isn't working, come back to our reverse tabletop. Heel, shoulders open, one final breath in. On the exhalation, slowly ease your way down. Come back into seated. We're gonna finish class today just like we started. From your seated posture, find anything that feels good, any supports that you need, and then give yourself a second, a little shake through your palms. Take your hands together from all that lifting and give yourself a beautiful figure four. Yeah. And then stretch out your wrists here. Take your palm, right palm up, left fingers down, and just try to press your palm, your forearm, and open your thumb wide. Press it to me. The little thumb always wants to bend in, so try to keep it really wide and open. It's hard. Let's try the other hand. Left palm up, right fingers. Press them just gentle here, but then as your left thumb comes in, try to go. It's like a creaky door hinge that just doesn't want to budge. Let's get back in touch with our breath. Hands down for grounding, up for inspiration. And I'd like to share with you one of our journal prompts that we have on our YouTube page, Yoga for You, our nonprofit. It's very beautiful to get us in touch with the elements. And these are the Ayurveda elements. So they are earth, water, fire, air, and ether or space. One of my partners in the nonprofit, Nicole, put this together. So just refocus on your breath. Immerse yourself in it for our last minute together, or feel free to get in touch with the elements with me. I am one with the earth. I am strong. I am grounded. My thick roots stretch miles into the dirt beneath my body. I am one with water. I move freely, adapting to change that comes my way. That one's my favorite. I am one with fire. I carry the passion to create deep within my belly, to create life, to create art, to create connection, as we do in our yoga practice. I am one with air. I rise. I see no limits on love, in life, or in myself. I am one with ether. Remember, that was space. I hold space for myself, for my gifts, and my flaws. I am one with my mother, our mother, Mother Earth. I am strong. I am limitless. I am me. As we close our yoga practice today, one final breath in together. Out together, joining hands at heart center, if that speaks to you. Thumbs to heartbeat, heart lifts up into thumbs. Take a tiny chin to finger bow to your strong practice, filling your bodies up with gratitude. Yogis, the light in me honors, acknowledges, and is very inspired by the light that is in each and every one of you. Namaste. Until we meet again, I can't wait until next Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, yogis, and I can't wait to see you again soon.